I used to cry and cry for days. And now I'm rocking my scars and I rock them with a smile. The day of an accident was on Friday. I was at work and we usually have bell clock every Friday where everyone is just happy, laptops down, no one is working, and there was something fun to celebrate that day because I received good news the day before that. I actually got a job offer in California. It was me, Gonzo, my friend, and some other two of my friends. We stayed over up until 11 o'clock at night, which is something that we've never done before. After that, we decided to take the party at home. And on our way, Gonzo was driving. I looked at him and I could see that he was falling asleep. I touched him because I panicked. I said, "Gonzo," and then he woke up. And it was too late because by then I could see the wall and we just crashed there.
At just 23 years old, Neli was involved in a tragic car accident. Her friend Gonzo, who was driving the car, was killed and Neli was left with serious internal bleeding.
I remembered waking up after 3 weeks in ICU, and when I looked at myself, my stomach was covered in plastic. They took the skin from my thigh so that they can put it on my tummy because my tummy was left open for a month, so it needed to be covered with something.
Before the accident, Neli had started modelling, and so the scars she got as a result of the accident hugely affected the way she saw herself.
I had a colostomy bag for 10 months. And it was not an easy journey. This is where the colostomy operation was performed. Most of the time I was indoors. It was when I started going outside and be exposed to the public, and people started asking questions. Why do you have a tummy like that? And what is that thing on your tummy? This is my belly button. They moved it from here to here. Yeah, it doesn't look nice. They performed a skin graft. So they had to take meat from my thigh, my left thigh, and put it on my tummy. I remember writing on my diary, "No more happy Neli, no more Neli with crop tops." And I started writing it down. That diary was supposed to be a positive diary where I write things about myself. I said, there's nothing positive I'm going to write about myself right now. It took me months and months until I actually realized that I need to find something, no more self-pity. So I decided to own it and take it and live it.
It was at this point that Neli decided to show the world that she wasn't ashamed of her scars.
I started calling a friend of mine who's a photographer, and I said, "Can we do this? I'm willing to take pictures of myself with scars and just show it to people that I'm back." The first picture that I posted on social media, I was actually shocked at how people reacted to it. People started sharing it and they will comment about how brave you are. You're such a tiny person, but she's very brave and strong. And then I decided that from there, I will post more pictures that will inspire people. I started creating my blog, writing down everything. And this is where I vent out and do all the crying. My point of my blog is to encourage people, if ever you have scars or you've got emotional struggles, write it all down than to keep it to yourself.
It really helped me a lot, and people are actually responding to it.
Neli's energy and her confidence and her personality definitely bring people together.
She doesn't care what others think. What matters is how she feels and what makes her happy.
She's just an amazing child.
It takes a lot to accept yourself. Do something that makes you happy. You need to love yourself first and be gentle for yourself first before the outside world do the same thing to you. Scars are not a problem to me. The way I look at them is they give me a reason to be happy I have this second life.